So my name is Brice Mickey, and I was in class 5 of School Board School. It was a really, really great experience. I also care deeply about youth. My first career was in education at the University of Cincinnati, and connecting with youth was just something that was innate to me. And part of my role at UC was to listen to what are the barriers that they're facing as first time college students or as Black students attending a predominantly white university. And through hearing those stories, my empathy muscle got a really good workout. And hearing what School Board School did and the impact that they've had on folks, it just felt like a lot of natural alignment for me to join a program like that. I had racialized experiences growing up, especially really formative experiences in my school years. I remember being in kindergarten and a teacher of mine split the room into Black students and white students. But I remember she put all of the Black students on one side of the room and all the white students on the other. And my little girlfriend at the time, who, as much as you can have a girlfriend in kindergarten, but she was pulling me over to the white side of the room and she was like, come on, come sit with me. And I said, okay, I'm part white. I can go over there too. And I remember my teacher grabbing me by the arm and saying, no, you belong on that side of the room, and put me over the Black students. I'm Black, but I'm also white and I'm also Japanese. And but at that early age, I felt put into a box. And though I identify as Black now, and I always have, it's just interesting to see other people put limitations on my identity. And that happened over and over again. And I would hear stories like that when I later got a role where I was responsible for equity and inclusion and belonging, that was happening to everybody in kindergarten all the way through high school. They were put in boxes, whether that was for being fat or for being queer or for being um, low socioeconomic background or being first generation. It has an impact on people. And so I went through so many experiences of exclusion growing up. I don't want other people to go through those. I think the greatest change happens in coalition. And so I like to think I'm a rock star no matter the industry that I'm in or no matter the space I show up. But you're an even more powerful rock star, I guess, when you show up with 10 to 20 other people who are all values aligned, all hoping to accomplish the same thing. Each one of you knows 10 other people who are values aligned. And so just the strength in numbers and the strength and impact you can make when you have that many people coming together from across different sectors, all caring about kids, all wanting to protect the least of us, those who have the least access, the most barriers. Um, I just I could see a lot of good coming from that space, and I have seen a lot of good coming from just what I've done so far with School Board School. So they've got me for life. One of the most prestigious jobs I've had to date came about through my work at School Board School. So I ended up becoming the Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at Beech Acres Parenting Center. And I loved that opportunity. I got to go into different schools and interact with different folks throughout any of these educational institutions to try and embed these values that kept me going, that School Board School helped me actualize. I think some other impacts, I am now on the board of WordPlay Cincy. And so they are an arts org that does really amazing work doing storytelling, empowering youth through storytelling within our area schools. I don't think I ever would have been in a position to be on that board were it not for my experience in School Board School. I was actually tapped by another School Board School member who happened to be the chair of the board at the time. And as he termed away, I stepped into his role a little bit. And so it's been a huge honor to make an impact both as a board member, as a former staff member of Beech Acres, and in other adventures too. I think everyone looks at our school system and goes, something's wrong. We need to change it. Like we know there's something that isn't working that needs to be changed. But until you take the time to listen to so many people's perspectives about what exactly is wrong, I don't think you get the totality of the systemic changes that we need. I think that I've heard a lot of folks come up with very simple answers to really complex problems. School Board School helped me appreciate that complexity, helped me understand that complexity, and helped me come up with solutions that will hopefully make an impact on youth because they account for all those different perspectives, all those different barriers, all these things that sort of come to the forefront when you bring all of those people together and have them focused on improving education. Joining School Board School is a worthwhile endeavor. It is worth the time. It is worth the effort. You will get out of it more than you put in. So I encourage anyone who's open to applying to please apply, give it a consideration, because it will take you where you want to go, especially if you're looking to make a difference in the education space.